Welcome back into Ultimate Soccer, guys. Wasn't that a fantastic game? England taking on Denmark. I tell you what, that was an absolute promotion tool for FIFA. If FIFA doesn't realise what they have in that game and just highlight reel the hell out of that all over the planet, that was a fantastic battle. Left and right. Everybody gave everything. Lots of power, lots of shooting, lots of headers, lots of tackles, lots of brutality. This game, I tell you what, if you were not a fan of the women's game and you just dropped and sort of happened to have to watch this one with the girlfriend or something, you maybe just got swayed to the dark side, the women's game. And I tell you what, this was a promotion tool. Anyway, talking about the game. Isn't that, listen, that is an action shot, right? Is that not an action shot? The game had everything. Action, skill, flair, and a bad injury as well. I mean, you got to say, England and Denmark, the game itself. We're talking Sydney Football Stadium, 42,000-seater, lovely place. And I've got to say, the referee, Teff Olofsson, Sweden, she was absolutely amazing. She was the reason why the game flowed so beautifully and let both teams go at it. And that's why we had such a great battle. I got to say, this could have gone either way, all the way through. You're going to hear all the way through as we go through it. Let's talk quickly about the first and second half. And obviously, you know the scoreline. If you don't, I'll tell you right at the end. But England set out with a magical start, absolute magic start. Lauren James gets the goal on 6 minutes. The game hasn't even started, but you could say England had put a footprint down and said, like, you know, we're coming here for real. But let's face it, up until then, they hadn't really killed the target, hit the target, made it happen. But Lauren James unleashes a 24-yard shot, and there's no way anybody's getting to it. It's just one of those shots that just keeps going away from the keeper's hands all the way into the corner. Brilliant goal. 1-0. Now, you got to think, England now 1-0 up, sailing through the game, coming up to the end of the half, really close to the end of the half, and then, oh dear, horror strikes. Keira Walsh gets a knee injury. It looks serious. We'll have to see on reports of where she's going to be, but she had to go off, and Laura Coombs came on. Laura Coombs did a fantastic job. And coming up to half-time, you got to say England is in control. Denmark is firmly second best, and harder up front for the Danes is really non-existent. And she's quality, big Lionesses player. Pernille Harder, but not in this game. Nothing really to show. Second half gets underway, and you got to say, constant pressure in the second half. England are owning the game, taking it to Denmark, making a few chances happen, but no one's on the end of it. No one's getting in front of goal and making it happen for number two. And that's really what England needed. Up until then, the game could have gone either way. And as the teams would go left and right across my eyes into each other's halves and attack each other at will, you didn't really know until really late in the game where this one was going to be. And even then, on 86 minutes, Denmark smash it. Amelie Vansgaard smashes it off the post, and it's like, oh, my life. What a good result that would have been for Denmark if they had a drawn. But they would have been deserved of something. But you had to say, if you were going to say who deserved to win the game on the balance of the offense and making creation and happenings and owning the game and being dominant, you had to say England should have been the team to win it. The only thing that England doesn't do well is capitalize on offensive chances. They waste, they squander a lot of things. It just fizzles out. They don't take a little extra touch on the ball sometimes. They should do. Anyway, full-time comes along. It's 2-0. Sorry, 1-0. Would have been nice for 2-0. 1-0 for the English team. And you got to say, decent performance. Serena Wiegman, the coach for England, can be quite happy with the results and the performance. Unfortunately, with the results to Keira Walsh, that will be a downer. But on the base of it, 6 points. England are now qualified for the next round. They won't tell you that, but I'm telling you they have. England's qualified. And Lars Zondergaard, still not a bad position. One game left in the group for each team. I do see Denmark going through. And you got to say, the next games, China takes on England. Denmark takes on Haiti. Haiti, not easy. China, not easy. So it's still not settled. But those are the next two games. But on the balance of play, great game, an absolute promotion tool. And if you weren't into the women's game, you should be, because this was the game to really take in. And on the back of the USA and the Holland game, well, it just seems to keep getting better. So let's say the Lionesses, they win on the day quite convincingly, but they seem to be squanderous up front. Denmark moving forward, I think, like I say, they get that result in the next game. Possibly a draw might be enough, but a win certainly cements that, gives them 6 points and puts them into the next round too. You've got to think that if England get through, just for a tidbit, who they get to play in the next round, it could be either Nigeria, Canada, or Australia. There's some food for thought. So Canada, it could be England next, should you get through in the lineup that I'm looking at possibly happening. So it's all interesting. Now, let's take quickly a look at the stats. And we've got to say, England, 13 shots, 4 on target, 71% possession, 615 passes. That's quite a few. That's pretty good. 82% pass accuracy. That's excellent. That is excellent. Seven fouls and nothing else but 9 corners. 9 corners, pretty decent. Now, Denmark, 6 shots, just under half of what England had. 2 shots on target, 29% possession. And England had 71%, remember. 252 passes, 60% pass accuracy. That's not even really good enough. It should be at least in the 75 to 80%. I mean, 60% is very low. But when you're hassled off the ball, it makes your numbers look bad, yeah? Just think about that for a second. Fouls, 12 on the night, and 2 corners. Like I say, the next games are coming up. On the base of play, I'd say you got to say this was a promotion tool for FIFA to really employ. And maybe they want to look after both these teams in the tournament because they really gave a great performance. And I'm sure the entertainment level is going to skyrocket in the next games too. But nothing's settled apart from England have qualified. And there's 3 teams still yet to qualify. I see Denmark being that team. But this game was a hell of a lot of fun to watch. If you didn't catch it, you missed an absolute barn-burning game. And again, if you're not a fan of the women's game and you watch this, are you now? Because you should be. Okay, let's get ready for more. Next show we're talking is Wrexham AFC taking on Philadelphia Union 2. Come back in about 24 hours for that post-game. And obviously Paul Mullin with the punctured lung. He could be out for 6 to 8 weeks. And finally, and fittingly, the woman of the match for England versus Denmark is Lauren James. She played a phenomenal game, both in defence and in the offence. Two-way player, very unselfish, very much missed team, very much gives you everything she's got. And the goal that she scored from 24 yards out that just kept going away from that keeper, that she unleashed an absolute thunderbolt. It was a perfect way to win a game. If you was only going to get 1 goal, that was a beauty goal to get. And it was more in the Brazilian style, the way it was stroked far into the net. But Lauren James is your woman of the match. And I tell you what, she played a fantastic game. She really did. Next up is the Philadelphia Union taking on Wrexham. The summer tour will be getting that post-game to you in 24 hours. And keep coming back for way, way more because this Women's World Cup is absolutely getting better all the time. And I got a hunch that come the quarterfinals, just like with the Men's World Cup, you're going to be waiting to see who is coming out of those rounds because it just keeps getting better. And the quality that the great teams in tournaments have, they always show it more toward the end. So get ready for that because I really think that this competition is heating up. It is hotting up and we've got a lot of drama on the field and let's keep it happening. And there's going to be some tears of sadness pretty soon. You better get ready. I'm not the man who brings the doom, Canada, or the world, but I tell you now, people better get ready for some doom and gloom because not everybody's popping out the group. And not everybody's firing on all cylinders, are they? So, it's a great World Cup. Keep it going. Come back for more. Next up is Philadelphia Union 2 taking on Wrexham. And keep enjoying the World Cup. And subscribe, and like. And keep coming back for more. Cheers.